So Jack.
Jack Phoenix here with my good friend Vincent Milan. And listen, let's face it, I'm a gorilla. I live like a gorilla, not a gorilla, like a, yeah.
I get military.
Well, yeah, it's a kind of approach. So we say, some young man said to me, he's related to this other thing with, where do you live? I said, well, I just, build a house where I need to. I mean, what else am I going to do? Hey, Army Manual 76-21, survival. Okay? If someone says to you, what's the most important thing? What are you going to say? Sex?
Survival.
Okay, thank you. I thought you were
Or surviving during sex.
Yeah, well, if you're with, Sharon Stone, maybe,
Yeah.
or somebody.
That would give me a heart condition.
Anyway, I think what I want to talk. Did you ever see Beneath the Planet of the Apes?
Yes.
Okay, you remember the mutants, and they peeled the late. It was like skin, but it was like whatever. Like there was no digital filming.
It was like latex.
Yeah, and it's like all veins and stuff. Remember that? The mutants, right?
Yeah.
Now, what did they worship? Do you remember?
That I don't remember.
There's something wrong with me. I mean, I admit it. Jack Phoenix is a mutant. There is. My memory. Listen, I don't want to hear Rainy Days and Monday really get me down, or any of these other bad songs that play in my head.
Sorry to cut you off.
No, go ahead.
Because what planet he comes from, there are no rainy days on Mondays.
Maybe you might have a point there. I like that. That's good thinking. We got to put a check mark next to that. But anyway, the mutants worship, because my memory is exceptionally good. Yeah, that's why I don't want to go to any more movies. No, I'm serious. You know what I mean? I mean, even in the program yesterday, what did I mention? Easy Rider. I mean, these things are just, they're all inside the storage board of my mind. And anyway, the mutants worship a cobalt nuclear weapon. Now, yeah, it had this, and it, I mean, if such a weapon exists, it's doomsday. I mean, it wipes out everything. Okay? Now, do you don't remember what they were saying?
No.
Okay, they were, oh great bomb, we love you bomb. Oh, they were worshiping a bomb. Now, somebody said, what does that have to do with anything in the news or anything going on now? Well, get out of here, Vladimir, okay, Putin, he's getting out of the SALT treaty. You know about that? He's getting the treaty that well, he kind of stepped to the side and was vice president, and Medvedev was president, but it was all just, it was what do you call it?
Propaganda.
Yeah, it was fake, okay, but, and it is within the subject matter, it's not on a tangent, because I know we were talking about it. I have a tendency to be tangential. Tangential, I hope that's not too big a word.
That's why, ladies and gentlemen, I suggest when you watch his videos, pause, go get some popcorn, because they can run a little long. No offense.
Listen, and don't forget, what's the name of that popcorn? We got to do an endorsement.
Oh, Jimmy Pop.
No, not Jiffy Pop, but Orville Redenbacher.
Oh, that's even better.
Yeah, quality popcorn. And honestly, popcorn, you could do some culinary treats with popcorn and make it very, very nice.
That's
okay?
Another video for another time.
So just remember, even though we're not getting paid, advertising, buy the best, Orville Redenbacher. If you're gonna eat food, buy the best. But anyway, what were we saying? Oh yeah. So at the time SALT was signed, it was Barack Obama and Medvedev signed this treaty to limit everything with nuclear weapons. They were only going to have 1,550 warheads. Or maybe it was 15,000. I think 1,500 would probably destroy the world. But anyway, my memory's a little. my memory's good, but sometimes a little thing like that, because it's so horrifying. I mean, when you think about that number. But Putin, okay, this will give you a little insight to the kind of person he is. He's vice president. Biden is vice president too. They meet in St. Petersburg. Okay. So Biden, I don't know if this was such a nice thing to say.
Right.
Okay, let's say you're Putin. Okay.
Okay.
I'm Biden.
Okay.
You know, I look in your eyes and I can see you have no soul. Now, because you don't know what Vladimir said, I didn't expect that. If he did that, I'd say, holy shit, Vincent should be the host. I'm going to step to the side. You're a genius. Because it's not well known. But basically, this is true. Biden said, you know, I look in your eyes and see you have no soul. And Putin looked at him and went like this. Good. We understand each other. We are in trouble. He is a different kind of, well, I don't want to say what we'd say here in the war zone. Okay, some very nasty word. Okay. But that gives you an insight into his psychology. Now, you know about that Biden took a 10-hour train ride.
Yes, I heard about that.
Now listen, we're talking World War II since a president put himself in harm's way. Franklin Delano Roosevelt was on a cruiser. Shit. Okay, now FDR went on a cruiser across the Atlantic Ocean. I mean, we're talking U-boats. This is putting your life in danger. And believe it or not, a destroyer, an American destroyer, it was this bad luck destroyer. They almost shot a torpedo and hit the cruiser. Crazy as all. But anyway, Biden's trip. First off, I've always had, I'll be honest with you, I've been altogether happy about what's going on in the country, right?
Right.
You know, the economy.
Yeah. The fall, the rise,
The prices.
the prices.
Yeah. But I gain deep respect because let me tell you something. 10 hours in a war country that's impressive. And it also shows the gravity of the situation we're in. Now, Biden said we will defend every inch of NATO territory. I'd like to hear that.
Yeah, he's
Because
right. Sorry.
he's right. Because you know what? This is one case where one country is wrong. Listen, Roosevelt knew the same thing. Hitler and Tojo and Mussolini were wrong, and they started war, and it was wrong. And it's no different in that situation. I know there's people that say, go to hell, I'm with Russia. Well, you know what? A lot of people like to be with the bad guy, and, you know, whatever. But bottom line is, so that's the gravity of the situation. Now, they gave a speech, mutual speeches. Biden gave a speech in Warsaw, and then Putin gave a speech. Now, Putin basically said, Biden, of course, said what I said. This is, you know, we're going to keep assisting Ukraine and help them win. Okay? Putin said the West is to blame for this war. Well, just to kind of do the devil's advocate, right? It is true, you know, NATO, you know how many countries are in NATO? And now Finland and Sweden, this is heavy. Sweden, it's the home of Sweden is neutrality. Always. So for Sweden to get involved and say, no, this thing with Russia, and no, we want to join NATO. Now Putin is surrounded on his western flank, yes. So I'm not saying, oh, he's right. But then he says, oh, on the eve of Stalingrad, Volgograd, he renamed it Stalingrad. He said, German tanks again. Now I don't know what it is with the Germans. Check this out. World War II. And Ferdinand Porsche, by the way, designed the tanks. The German, these generation, the Tiger tank, and the Panther tank, and the King tank. Well, what's wrong with modern Germany? You know what they named the new tanks?
What?
Leopard. Now, so I'm not saying Putin is right, but superficially, when you put these things together, and there's Russia. Now, Putin really took it to heart that we put the dancing bear Yeltsin. Yeah, the CIA put their hooks in Russia big time.
Right.
Russia was Russia. The Soviet Union was a world power and Russia was basically humiliated. And this sticks in Putin's craw, big time. And the fact that his puppet leader that he put in Ukraine gets basically taken out, and then you have the Orange Revolution, you have someone like Zelensky. Oh. To him, it's democracy is an act of war. This is the end of humanity, Putin. And I'm serious. Because he's withdrawing from that treaty. And he said, I'm going to start building new missile complexes. Okay? So guess what?
What?
We're in trouble. Because, and Biden said, today, I just happened to glance at the BBC, I didn't read the whole story, that it's unacceptable, Russia withdrawing from SALT. Because that basically says, like this, look, hold on, little demonstration. Notice it's an O.J. Simpson in the, the gloves and the hat.
You ask, where's the Wayne Bronco, where's the park?
All I know is, not to totally change the subject, I'll never forget that '94, because the Rangers won the Stanley Cup,
yeah,
which was amazing, and the Knicks looked like they were going to beat Houston. And then comes the slow speed chase with the Knicks in the little picture said the Knicks are going to lose, and they did. And that was their really 99 Spreewell did do amazing. Anyway, so basically, okay, this is what Putin is doing. Look, right here, look. He's taking the gloves off. And I'm telling you straight, and I truly believe this, and if it happens, well, Godspeed and God help us all. But I really believe the Ukrainians are going to be immensely successful with some tanks and some new gear, and Putin is going to get his...
Can I plug something into the audience?
What are you going to plug in?
I'm going to plug in an audience, a commercial. So basically what he's trying to say, ladies and gentlemen, is we're basically up that creek on that paddle. We're on that boat without the paddles.
Yeah.
If you need a pair of paddles to survive up that creek, get them from Dick's Sporting Goods.
There you go. See? Now look, somebody say, you guys crazy. You don't even have an audience and you're endorsing Orville Redenbacher. What is it?
Dick's Sporting Goods.
Dick's Sporting Goods, they're a very good establishment. I bet you I find a lot of great things there. Yes, he's right. Not only that, we're up the creek without a paddle that we didn't purchase at that fine establishment, and the boat is leaking.
Oh.
Or like Roy Scheider, like I said with the movies, Roy Scheider said, I think we need a bigger boat. Right?
Yeah.
Bottom line is that Putin is going to have to resort, he's going to have only one choice. The Ukrainians have been more successful than he can imagine. And, the convoy. Do you hear about the 35-mile convoy? No, this is very heavy stuff. The Russians were going to take Kyiv. That's why it didn't happen. Because of a 35-mile convoy, because they screwed up big time. He didn't tell his commanders, he kept it so secret. And that totally went belly up. It went down. Okay. The fact is, he's losing. And I think he's really going to lose when the Ukrainians get these better weapons, some better weapons, and then he's going to resort to one thing. Tactical nuclear weapons. He's going to have no choice. He's already threatened it again and again. No. If they keep saying this, what do you think? Honestly.
I think I need to get the hell out of here. That's what I need.
No, but I'm saying, not me. I'm not the one that I'm saying. When somebody repeats something over, he has talked about nuclear weapons, and guess what? Here's Vladimir Putin. Relax it. Oh, great bomb. I love you, oh, great bomb. I love you, oh, great bomb. I destroy my enemies with oh, great bomb. But like Henry Kissinger said, nuclear war is winnable. It's got to be done the right way. You know what I'm saying? What do you think?
Like I said, ladies and gentlemen, I need to get the hell out of here.
Yeah. Hey, are you out of here like Vladimir? Anyway, Jack Phoenix, I hope we didn't get too heavy on you. But the fact of the matter is, I'll talk about foods and salads and all sorts of great things. I don't know, there's a lot of people on YouTube doing that. And plus, how many, Vincent, that is it's serious. How many different YouTube broadcasts, they don't even have a following and they're endorsing products.
True.
You know why? Because we know the truth will set you free.
As it said.
Yeah, and if the sporting goods are good and the popcorn is good, then why not endorse it? So we don't have, I hope they're happy with our endorsement. I hope it doesn't hurt them. Anyway, Jack Phoenix signing off. See you later.